We're at REIT Week 2010 in Chicago with Joel Beam, Lead Portfolio Manager for Forward Management. Joel, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Looking ahead, how do your projections for REITs differ from the rest of the commercial real estate market?
We think REITs are very well positioned to get through what is arguably a very tough time on the ground in the real estate business. And a lot of the essence of getting through what's really a tough time in the economy is staying full, competing well for the marginal tenant, and having the wherewithal to do that both in terms of the operating expertise as well as the means. And I think in 5 or 10 years from now, I think we'll look back on this and we will see that the smartest and most adroit folks in the business outcompeted others for that marginal tenant.
Your investment fund focuses on preferred REITs. Now, why do you have this focus over preferred rather than common stock?
There's a trade-off between the common stock and the preferred stock and the bonds for that matter in the REIT space. The preferred we find particularly attractive because we think that there's a very attractive return available that provides a very substantial income component. And for our clients, that's very attractive. And there's of course a trade-off between the return that's available over time in common stock, where you get an important dividend and an attractive total return. In fact, I think we all know that equity REITs have provided an extremely attractive return profile over very long time frames, and that's why we're so passionate about the business. But with preferreds, you get a little bit higher security and higher income, and a little less total return.
Now, getting a little more general, what attributes are you looking for in REITs, and why are these attributes important to you in your analysis?
Well, there are a lot of elements that go into underwriting and investment, but from a philosophical point of view, we've always used this phrase cash flow, assets, and management to describe our philosophy, and it's really a fundamentally oriented philosophy that captures everything we've learned over time in the business, and that is that the fundamental driver of value is the asset itself, the cash flow that it generates, the asset quality that enables that really is the wellspring for the cash flow. And I think what makes us unique is that we have a very special emphasis on management acumen, management's history of stewardship and capital allocation. We're very, very keen on the notion that management really can either jeopardize value, or they can be responsible for extraordinary creation of value.
Now, we've had a lot of IPOs this year so far. What's your opinion on the state of REIT IPOs for the rest of the year?
I think personally that the stage is set for a quite dramatic expansion of market cap in our universe of companies. I think both from existing companies raising more capital, but specifically with respect to IPOs, I think the forces that are at work in the real estate business and in the capital markets really augur well for an expansion in the number of companies that are members of NAREIT and that are here at our convention and that are available for folks like me to invest in.
Joel, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks for having me.
For more from REIT Week 2010, check out REIT.com.